Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 here with another Transformers video. This one is not a Transformers video review. This is sort of another one of my, I guess I should probably call it Here's 10, because it's not really a top 10 list. But I had done a few of these in the past, and I've been meaning to get around to doing some more of them. And there's just been a lot going on. I've been busy with reviews, been busy with a lot of real life stuff. So I hadn't quite had the time to squeeze one in, but I'm making a point to do one today because I do want to bring more of these around so that I have a little bit more variety in my content with what you guys can watch. So, but today is going to be a 10 studio series figures I would like to see, essentially. Some of these I did actually have to amend the list briefly before this video because of some announcements we've gotten over the last couple months, and I jotted this list down a while ago. But some of these are like very likely to happen at some point, and then there are some that I'm not sure if they'll happen ever, but I'm very hopeful that they will. But with that all out of the way, we'll get rid of our placeholder visual so you guys weren't staring at nothing there. And the first one I want to talk about is the Gamer Edition Dinobots. I want to see the Fall of Cybertron Dinobot designs. We did get a Grimlock back in, I think it was Thrilling 30. Excuse me, I haven't actually had a chance to mess with that mold as far as I remember. I did somehow end up with an instruction sheet for it in like my bin of instructions, but I don't remember ever having that toy. So I would really like to get the original one, but I really want to see updated versions for all of the Dinobots. Maybe even Paddles. I'm probably not going to get Paddles. They don't seem to acknowledge Paddles, but it would be cool if we got all of them, because at the very least I want the 5 main Dinobots of Grimlock, Slug, Snarl, Sludge, and Swoop. Because those would be really cool. And I do have like the full set of the Planet X ones. As you see, I have Planet X Grimlock here. And I'm not sure if this is supposed to be leader class or like a masterpiece scale, because like he's not too much bigger than a modern leader class, but I don't think those are in scale anyway, actually. But I would really like to see those guys given official releases, all 5 of them. So, but yeah, I think they would be a great addition. Up next is, again, from the Cybertron games, I want to see a Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. Now, we do have an updated War for Cybertron right here, and this is an awesome figure. It's probably the best of the Gamer Edition figures we've gotten so far. Absolutely great. But as you can see, there is a very significant difference between the two game designs, so I would love for them to do a Fall of Cybertron Optimus as well. And we did get both versions previously back in the Generations line, and I do actually have both of those, given the Fall of Cybertron one was right after their huge budget cut, so it's like a shadow of the War for Cybertron version. But I would still like to see both of them done in Gamer Edition. So there is that. And number 2 probably isn't terribly surprising, but it's essentially the same deal. I want to see Fall of Cybertron Megatron, because again, we have our War for Cybertron Megatron, but they are very different designs, and I want to see an update to this. I don't think we ever got a Fall of Cybertron Megatron toy. I think as far as Fall of Cybertron, we only got the what was it? The Combaticons, Grimlock, and Optimus from the second game. I don't think we got anybody else. I mean, given most of them still look the same in the second game, it was pretty much just Megatron and Optimus that changed designs. But, you know, we haven't seen as many from the second game, and I would really love to see an updated Fall of Cybertron Megatron, because I don't think he ever got the same treatment as Optimus did back then. So I think it's about time to give the leader his due. Let me get these guys out of the way. Now, I don't really have a good visual example, so we're going to bring in something else silly. But it has nothing to do with this guys. But I want to see the movie dispenser, the Mountain Dew vending machine. I want to see them give him his own figure again. I definitely didn't get a chance to get the original one, even though it was just kind of like a truck repainted to have a generic Mountain Dew like soda logo on it. But I would still love for them to do an update to that figure. I think that's one of the more funny designs. It's right up there with the little gremlin toaster, which I have in the other room. Probably should have brought him in. But yeah, I really want to see a dispenser in the Studio series. So there is that. Now, these guys I'm not going to be bringing in because they're just so massive. We'll just do and bring back Grimlock just for placeholder visual. But I do want to see for number 5 and 6, I want to see Titans of the Gamer Edition Trypticon and Omega Supreme from the Cybertron games. Again, that is something that Planet X did, and they were very expensive. They were like $300 when they were new. Can't imagine what they are on the aftermarket now. But I think that those figures do deserve Titan class figures. I do think a lot of people will be interested in that, especially the Trypticon, especially if they can make him do both the satellite and the Decepticon ship. I don't know how plausible that is, but they do tend to throw in base mode, so it may not be that far out there with a Titan. If they make it simple enough, they probably could work in both the satellite and the spaceship modes. So I would definitely be down for Trypticon at the very least, but I would also like to see Omega Supreme at the very least. So I think that would be really cool. So that's our number 6 and number 7. Now, for the rest of the list, I had put different size classes for the movie Dinobots. But given that we now know that we're going to be getting the main 4 from the movie in Titan class, because that was announced over the last couple of months, I do have some revisions to that. I would still love to see all of them. I'm sure we are going to get Grimlock, and then, what was it, Slug, Strafe, and Scorn, all in Titan. Well, Strafe, I'm not entirely sure about. They might make him a smaller class, just because I do think overall he's a much smaller bot. But we'll have to wait and see what they do with him. But I would still like to see, because I do believe they did the at least toy versions for 2 of the others. I know they did like Sludge, who was also, I believe, called Slog, the Brachiosaurus long neck dinosaur. I wonder if they'll do him too. They might not, because they're already taking up 4 years of Titans potentially for these guys. So it's hard to say, but I would still like to see them do all the other Dinobots. And I do think we could get Slash, the Velociraptor, as maybe a deluxe or a Voyager, or if they're trying to really get the scale right with the Titans, maybe they might make him a leader class. I don't know, or her, I'm not sure. I think Power of the Prime Slash was a girl. I don't know about the movie one. But I would like to see, at the very least, a Studio Series Slash, and hopefully they do give Slog/Sludge a toy as well, because they did at least give him a toy before. I don't think they did one for Snarl, the Stegosaurus, though. I don't think that was one that happened. So we'll have to wait and see, but I am hopeful that, we'll get some variety in our Dinobots. Obviously, I don't think they're going to do all of them at Titan class, but I think they will do at least the main movie ones as Titan class. So that's kind of my number 7 and number 8. But the last ones I want to talk about are a couple of toy-only figures, and that being, first of all, movie Bludgeon here. which this figure, I thought it was really cool. I know a lot of people had some issues with the figure. I think a lot of people, their tracks, the rubberized tracks, like degraded over time. Mine still seem to be in good condition. I don't know what happened to his sword though, the big sword. It like disappeared one day and I've never been able to find it again. I do still have his knife though. But I would really love to get an updated movie-verse Bludgeon. I mean, there are plenty of movie toy-only characters I would love to see. In fact, my final one for the list is actually the movie Lockdown, the animated version that we got, and I think it was Hunt for the Decepticons, because I've heard that's like one of the best Lockdown toys ever. In fact, it actually, I once looked it up on the aftermarket. He actually goes for about double the price of the original animated Lockdown. So I would really love for them to do another version of that. We did kind of get something similar from the Weaponizer mold, Junkion, but that was just a major disappointment if you ask me. I would like them to like do an actual like movie Lockdown, and maybe honestly maybe just re-release that figure, because honestly I hear it's one of the best Lockdown figures. But I don't know, that might be cheating a little bit since we do technically have a new one. It's just not good. But yeah, that was just my list of Studio Series figures I really, really want to see. Again, a lot of these there's at least some strong potential for. Again, the Dinobots, we did actually get an announcement that at least 4 of them are going to be done in the Studio Series, potentially all Titan class. At least the big 3, Grimlock, Scorn, and Slug, those are easily Titan class. It's just I'm not sure if they're going to do Strafe at Titan class, because I'm pretty sure he was a lot smaller. I think he was only like, I think it was somewhere in between the size of Bumblebee and Optimus in that movie. I don't think he was that big. So I don't see them doing him as a Titan per se. But we'll have to wait and see. And I hope you enjoy this list. If you guys have any Studio Series figures you want to see, please let me know in the comments, and maybe I can add them to the list next time. I really would like to hear what you guys think about all this. But that's pretty much all I got for this one, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.